Hello, my name is Paul Harris of the Richland County Public Information Office, and I would like to welcome you to the first ever virtual edition of our Engage Richland series. On this edition, we take a look at the Alvin S. Detention Center located in Lower Richland County. With the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, Richland County events and tours remain postponed until the foreseeable future. However, thanks to the continuous hard-working effort of Richland County staff, we are able to bring you an inside look at what goes on at the Alvin S. Detention Center. Staff members of the detention center were kind enough to take out time of their busy schedule to film and answer frequently asked questions about the facilities, inmates, and operations. So without further ado, let's get started.
The jail has always used universal precautions. However, COVID-19 brought a different level of precaution for the jails. Now, officers and the detainees at the facility are required to wear masks and be as much socially distanced as possible.
Alvin S. Detention Center is approximately 400,000 square feet. It consists of 5 building phases, 2 floors, and it sits on around 50 acres of property. Inmates are, I would say, essential in the day-to-day function of the facility.
Alvin S. Detention Center employs approximately 260 uniformed and 40 non-uniformed staff. The jobs range anywhere from correctional or detention officer to housekeeping, general maintenance, records management, contract management for the civilian side.
We have an average of 700 detainees here, and 90% is male and 10% female.
Yes, they can. Actually, our program section has an average of about 20 different programs that the detainees can sign up to attend. So the opportunity is definitely there, yes.
We hope you're enjoying our Q&A with staff members of the Alvin S. Detention Center. Before we continue, let's take a look back and recap last year's tour of the detention center.
Well, today what we're doing is Engage Richland. And it's just an opportunity for the community to come in and to learn about Alvin S. Detention Center and take a tour and see what it is that we actually do on a day-to-day basis.
Well, I enjoy the tours when we have communities coming in. They actually get to see what we do at the detention center. A lot of them are very surprised at the size of the facility. From the outside, it looks much smaller than it is when you actually come in and walk through the different phases. So they are very amazed with what they see in the inside.
We're going to start in our intake area, and then we're going to proceed through every phase of the facility. The facility was built in 5 phases. They're going to get to see one housing unit out of every phase to see the difference in the construction, and they can see how the facility adapted over the years. We have different variations. We have open dorms, and then we do have single occupancy and double occupancy cells.
They're used to what they see on TV, that everything is trashed out. The inmates just caged up behind bars, so this is definitely a different aspect to what they pretty much expect from what they've seen on television.
Well, most of them have their own preconceived notion of what a jail is, and once they come into our facility and see the type of environment that we have, the noise level's not as high as what they were anticipating. It's not your preconceived notion of what a jail is with bars and doors and things of that nature. They're really shocked at the environment that the detainees live in here. What you see on TV is, in my opinion, embellished. It's really not anything like what folks expect. Basically, we are our own community. We're self-functioning, self-serving, and self-reliant.
Detainees are responsible for a vast array of jobs here at the jail, ranging from helping prepare meals in the kitchen for the entire jail population. Inmates also serve as cart bussers, where they transport the meals throughout the facility. Inmates are involved in cleaning of the entire jail population's laundry every day. Inmates act as groundskeepers. They act as housekeepers. Some inmates are responsible for the maintenance of the floors, which include mopping, buffing, stripping and waxing of the floors. And we even have some inmates that assist our tradesmen in the completion of maintenance work orders every day.
The standard wake-up time for detainees is 5 o'clock in the morning. At that time, inmates will be required to get up, make up their beds, and prepare for breakfast and morning activities. 10 o'clock at night. At that time, inmates will be placed on lockdown, beginning the cleanup process for 11 o'clock lights out.
The Alvin S Detention Center is the third largest jail in the state of South Carolina. And also the Alvin S Detention Center is within the 3% of the largest jails in the entire United States. They house 1,000 inmates or more. That's one of the biggest surprises most people won't know about the facility, how large it is.
The detention center does not have a chapel, but we have 3 volunteer chaplains who provide religious services to the detainees. And if a detainee requests, let's say, an individual of a different religion, then we can make arrangements to have that individual come in and talk to the detainee.
Your general basic medical care is offered to everyone housed in the facility. We achieve that through a third-party contract with a medical provider. We also have dental services available. Anything outside of the services that we provide for general health care would be outside of the facility. But one of our goals is to keep as much transportation outside of the facility down as possible, and we have been able to do that by supplying many of these services inside the facility without outside transports.
We hope you enjoyed a look inside the Alvin S. Detention Center. And once again, be on the lookout for future virtual Engage Richland events. Signing off until next time, for the Public Information Office, I'm Paul Harris. Thanks for watching.